I would like to talk about September 11, but not September 11, 2001, that is in everyone's mind, but September 11, 1973. That is the day that the democratically elected president of Chile, Salvador Allende, was overthrown. At the time, you were a CIA agent in Santiago. The general perception is that the CIA was involved in the overthrow of this democratically elected government. Is that the case?
There's no question that the CIA was not involved in the coup plotting with the military. Fortunately, the documents have been declassified, and it so states that we were taken by surprise. And I can go into that in some detail.
But yet, 2 days before, you knew that the coup was going to take place.
Right, and I think that's worth clarifying. That actually demonstrates that we didn't even know about the coup until 2 days ahead of time. And it didn't come from the military command. It came from agents inside of around the perimeters of the military. So we found out...
Agents working for the CIA.
That's correct. So it didn't come from the military. The military never approached us about the plotting, never asked for our help, never communicated to the CIA.
Where were you in September 11?
Well, as I said, I found out about it 2 days ahead of time. So I was in the embassy on the evening of 10 September, waiting to see what unfolded the next day. We were not even 100% sure that the coup was going to happen.
What was your cover in Chile at the time?
I worked at the U.S. Embassy.
So you were called a diplomat, but
I was a diplomat.
But in fact, you were a spy.
Yeah, that's not uncommon.
So once you saw the coup taking place, did you do anything to stop it?
No, quite the contrary. I mean, our instructions, as I said before, was to not work with the military, but to support the opposition. And we had knowledge of it, but that is a Washington policy decision. That is not a CIA decision. This is where people get confused.
And people get confused, Mr. Devine, because 3 years prior, there was this cable that was sent by the CIA in Washington to the head of the CIA in Chile. This is what the cable said.
It is firm and continuing policy that Allende be overthrown by a coup.
So the CIA had already ordered you and your bosses in Chile to overthrow Allende.
Yeah, I think that's a very important point. It was a White House directed instruction, not something that was inspired or recommended by CIA. In fact, quite to the contrary, what the record shows in the declassified documents, we had a very experienced chief in Santiago who had seen a lot in his career. And he wrote back saying, this is a bad idea. The conditions aren't right. The people here will not support it. It'll lead to bloodshed, and the military is not going to move.